Digging around on the old Ranger today. These front brakes are locked up. After having pulled the wheel off, I think it's because they're just rusted on here because there's no brake pad left. So I'm gonna pop these calipers off and see what we got going on. And it's got some WD-40 on it. These older Fords have these pins. They don't have bolts that hold it on. So you grab these pins out to get the calipers out. So I think I solved the no brake issue. Yeah, there's no pad left on the calipers when they drove. This wheel's stuck on pretty good. You can see all the grass and everything that was up in it. Just all the moisture that's collected. That's the problem with trying to get a truck going that's been sitting for a long time. You know, every piece of rubber wears out on it. Everything rusts. Seals start to leak. Yeah, so you can't just get one that's been sitting for 10 years and think you're gonna get it back on the road without some work. But that's why we're doing it. We're working on this side of the brakes. Finally got the wheel off. See how rusted this thing was. I want to see what I can do with these calipers. Get them off and see what this brake's like. You ever one of those moments you just wish you got on camera? This would have been it. I saw some brake fluid leaking out of the wheel back here, so I thought I'd just pop the hub off and see what was going on. And it's just destroyed. I mean, destroyed. Parts and pieces everywhere. Rusted out. Junk. So now I gotta do the rear brakes, which I was planning on doing anyway, so just hadn't planned on doing it right this second. Oh. So I think we'll do new wheel cylinders, new shoes, new everything. Thing after another. So I didn't notice it at first. This piece is called your anchor pin, and this is supposed to be on it. This is why the rear brakes failed, because this pin broke off and the spring shut out. This really isn't replaceable on this rear end. This is kind of pressed on, it's not a bolt on. To replace this backing plate, you have to pull the axle. So what I'm going to do is just grind this flat. I'm going to drill through it, and I think I'm just going to put a bolt and a washer. I mean, this is old trucks just to get to and from work. I mean, it's really nothing. As you can kind of see how this was just riveted on from the factory. It really didn't do a very good job. So I thought about trying to weld it, but I kind of want something permanent, so I think if I just drill it, tap it, put a bolt with some red Loctite, I think, quite honestly, it would be fine. So that's what I'm working on. First thing I'm doing is taking my Dremel. I'm just going to grind this smooth here. So I'm going to drill this out to 5/16. Now I'm going to tap this. And I have a bolt here I'm going to put in it. And a washer. And that'll hold the springs on. Drill, tap, trim the bolt up. Just let them go with to hold these springs on. Should work. For reference, here's what it's supposed to look like. I think it'll be okay. Well, here's kind of what I went with. It works. That's all you can say. To change this backing plate, you have to pull the axle out. And that's just not something I was going to do right now. I just don't have time for that. So this is kind of one of those temporary fixes that might end up being permanent. It seems to do okay. It's a grade 8 bolt. Put a washer on it just to give it a little more room. Let it sit out all night. Everything seems to work okay. So I'm gonna bleed the new wheel cylinder. See how it does.